$10 trillion. $10 trillion. That's a lot of money, isn't it? It's hard to even imagine how much $10 trillion really is. To give you a little frame, it's just shy of the annual GDP of China. And also the amount of value locked in the 12 million businesses in the US owned by baby boomers. And as these boomers go to retire and extract some of the value they created with their companies, a very high percentage are going to be shocked to find that piggy bank is nearly empty. This financial fleecing is happening because these owners are uneducated and unprepared to sell their companies. A recent study by the Exit Planning Institute showed that nearly 80% of owners have not talked to a single professional advisor about their eventual exit. This could be an accountant, a banker, or a lawyer. This lack of understanding will rob these owners of billions of dollars and will prevent many of them from selling their businesses at all. And interestingly enough, it's these service providers that actually deserve a large portion of the blame. I've seen firsthand what a lack of planning can do to a company. For my family, the beginning of the end happened as the augers slowly drifted away from the grain truck and made contact with an overhead power line. See, I grew up on a fifth-generation dairy farm where my dad and his 3 brothers built one of the largest farms in the metro St. Louis area. And as thousands of volts electrified the grain truck and 2 of my uncles, what remained were 2 partners who were both physically and emotionally altered, both looking at their scars as a sign to start slowing down. And since nobody from my generation was there to pick up the slack, the only option they saw was to start unwinding the business. Without any real preparation, the only way to accomplish this was by wholesaling aspects of their business for dimes on the dollar, getting absolutely no compensation for their lifetime of sweat equity. Good morning. My name is Derek Weber, co-founder and CEO of Hubbinspoke, where we help baby boomer business owners capture the true value of their life's work. And since we aren't raising capital, my goal here today is simple: to make you believe this is a worthwhile problem that we can solve. And if I can accomplish this, my ask will not be for your checkbook, but for your network. How did we get here? How did these happily ever after endings turn into unbelievable nightmares? Well, like most $10 trillion problems, it's multi-layered. But the root cause really comes down to the inability of these professional service providers to engage owners in meaningful conversations on what they need to do to prepare. So many of these businesses are like a home that's been lived in for 40 years and in real need of some updates to sell. But if you don't know what buyers are looking for, you don't know if it'd be better to put money into a kitchen, bathroom, or swimming pool. Not to mention what experts you should, or contractors you should use for that work. As an aside, in pitch practice, my 4-year-old always votes for the swimming pool. But figuring this out takes either experience or experts. And it's exactly the same when it comes to preparing a business. At Hubbinspoke, we do 3 things to help business owners unlock the full value trapped inside of their company: assess, educate, and connect. We use both traditional and digital marketing tactics to drive business owners to our website to complete a questionnaire and receive a full assessment on their company. In this report, they'll receive an estimated valuation, a list of negative value drivers, the list of negative value drivers, their impact, and the estimated timeline to remedy, along with some relevant content. The goal of this report is to show them just how much money they're leaving on the table, where they should focus their time and resources, and some helpful content to get the process started. Based on the owner's profile and needs, our proprietary matching algorithm connects owners with service providers that are a good fit for them. Every month, these business owners receive an article that we have ghostwritten from their match service provider, creating familiarity and expertise, while the service providers receive a monthly report highlighting their top matches with engagement recommendations. These service providers and business owners create a 2-sided marketplace. And like most 2-sided marketplaces, one side drives the acquisition of the other. With this in mind, we're subsidizing the membership of the business owners while charging service providers a monthly fee to create familiarity and expertise with highly targeted market. We are confident that within 5 years, we'll be generating nearly $30 million in revenue and $5 million in profit from over 2,500 paying service providers, which would be less than 1% market penetration of the 465 service providers that work with business owners in the US today. To break through the marketing noise for the owners, we're focusing our initial messaging, content, and tactics on a very specific cohort, manufacturers. There are over 255,000 mid-market manufacturing companies in the US today, with a very high percentage owned by baby boomers. And they're one of the most sought-after verticals by both private equity firms and many other service providers. The manufacturing industry is a historically hard nut to crack, with extremely high barriers to entry. But we are confident for our ability to succeed because the inspiration for Hubbinspoke stems directly from our experience in this sector with a marketing company I founded nearly 15 years ago. Go Brand Go is one of the top marketing firms in the country for mid-market manufacturers, and we've already figured out how to engage these owners in conversations and monthly retainers to use marketing to make their business more profitable, valuable, and sellable. In conversations with our clients and service provider referral partners, we kept hearing these same challenges and frustrations come up over and over again. So Hubbinspoke is really just an extension of the work that we've already been doing. In fact, my business partner and I are so excited about this opportunity, we are self-funding the venture. We have also engaged a leadership team to run the day-to-day operations of Go Brand Go, while still leveraging the existing resources, network, and expertise of the organization. So before I take your questions on our business, I'd like to ask you for just one thing: connections. We are looking for introductions to private equity firms, accounting firms, and manufacturing associations that work in the mid-market space. So the next time you're talking with someone in one of these segments, and they happen to mention manufacturing, please either point them to our website, or even better, send me a simple email introduction to dweber@hubbinspoke.com. Even if they aren't the right fit for us, we'll be sure to get them pointed in the right direction. Because as the philosopher poet Eminem said in my intro song, these owners only have one shot to transition successfully, and their livelihood and legacy depends on it. Thank you.